Welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl Alex Schiffman, and joining me is my co-host in beautiful pastels, Mr. Courtney Revolution. What's going on, Courtney?
Hey Alex, hey everybody, I'm Courtney Revolution. Alex, I used to dress like this almost every day in high school, so when I was perusing on the Amazon, I just saw a random polo. I said, oh, I'm feeling that. And I bought it, so here we are.
Well, we are such different sides of the spectrum with your colors and my black, but we're classic, and that's all that matters.
And you look good.
But yes, that's what matters. Happy Hump Day. Happy What Wesley Say Wednesday. I am so excited to hear what Wesley has to say about all the tea we have to spill today. And Tea Tribe, if you're just joining us, you know how this works. Let us know in the chat. Where are you watching the morning tea from this morning? We love to hear all the places you're watching the show from. And Courtney, let me know. How was your Tuesday evening?
Alex, I had a great Tuesday evening. Don't want to bore y'all with all of the details, but I did watch a lot of I May Destroy You, and then I know I'm literally a year and some change, I think, at this point late, but I heard the news that Too Hot to Handle got renewed, so then I went back and tried to finish the season, so I have like 2 episodes left, and Alex, I'm very happy to report that I'm into it. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't into it when it first came out, but I'm into it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you get the first few episodes, you're like, how do I feel about this? But once you're like mid-season, you're like, okay, I need to know. I have questions and I need answers.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I think that it does add a little bit of a spin to the whole Love Island thing. And for me, I'm all about the cast. If I can fall in love with at least half of the cast, I'm locked in. And I actually kind of like all of them. So shout out to Too Hot to Handle, and congrats to Netflix. They are getting another season. So bam.
Yeah,
what did you do last
very,
night,
very. So I, as I mentioned, I watched the rest of the episode of The Bachelors, which was the hometown. So I saw all the girls' homes. They couldn't travel because, of course, pandemic. That just reminded me, going off track, but I was on TikTok yesterday. Have you seen this Zara haul where it's like Zara, 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 and it's just,
No.
have you seen that?
You said that to me.
I have to. T-Chart, if you haven't seen it yet, I absolutely love that because half my closet is Zara. So it's this guy saying Zara 15 times, and then you see people's different outfits of Zara clothes. Anyway, I just said that in the accent, which is, I know, it's really, really good. I have to do one. But back to what we were talking about. I caught up on The Bachelor, and then Discovery Plus, the new platform, it got me. It got me. Because it has 90-day spin-offs on it, and you guys know that 90 Day Fiancé is my guilty pleasure. HGTV is another one. So I'm watching new spin-offs. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. So that's what I did last night.
For the 90-day spin-offs, Alex, are these spin-offs exclusive to Discovery Plus?
Yes,
like we can't watch them on Hulu. They got us on that one.
Some of them are. There's a new one I watched last night called The Single Life. So some of the relationships that didn't necessarily work out, that like, you come to the finale and they're not together anymore, they take those characters and they show you them like trying to find a new woman or man. So I loved it.
Well, shout out to 90 Day Fiancé and Discovery Plus. Y'all got Discovery Plus? I think my interest is going to lie in Paramount, the Paramount app, because that's going to have iCarly, and right now it's the CBS app, so I can watch the old seasons of The Challenge, Alex. You know I love to pretend I'm a sporty spice and watch The Challenge.
Here's the problem, is I decided that I was going to do the 7-day free trial, and that never works because you end up forgetting and then you pay for it, and that's how they get you. So now I've just loved so much of the content on Discovery Plus when it comes to 90 Day Fiancé, but I guess I'm just keeping it. They have my money.
That's how HBO Max got me. I was gonna keep it, I think, to watch Insecure, I think, at one point, and then I just was like, oh, well, this show's coming out, and Selena and Chef is coming out, and this is and this and this. And now I'm just glad to have it because like Mortal Kombat, like all this great content is coming out. So sometimes you got to keep the little subby girl. That little trial will get you in the best way possible.
They will. You know, I saw like a tweet online that was like, listen, Apple Plus, HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, you guys got to figure it out because I'm spending $250 on your subscription by the time you're done. You know, at that point, you might as well have cable.
Listen, Alex, the Sling app with my favorite channels and like maybe 3 of the good apps.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're just joining us, we have a lot to talk about. Let me break down what we have on the show today. Starting off with Megan Thee Stallion's Mean Girls moment, to Chloe Bailey getting inspired by Jordan Woods. And then Taylor Swift is breaking records again with her latest re-release of Love Story. We're also talking about BTS's MTV Unplugged performance last night. And then Dua Lipa talking about working with Gwen Stefani. Ooh, some news coming out of there. And then also a new concert event to assist the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. This is some exciting stuff and a lot of your favorites performing at this. And then behind the Kar Jenner gates, we're talking about Travis Scott opening up about his daughter Stormi and what she means to him. And then Kim Kardashian's latest suitor. We knew this was going to start to happen, of course, with the divorce announcement. This guy's shooting his shot. We'll tell you about that. And then how North was told about her parents' divorce. Some tough stuff coming from behind the Kar Jenner gates today. And then finally, our OMT story of the day. We're talking all about Mariah Carey and Cardi B's cover story for Interview magazine. And then all the collabs that may be in store between the two. So some good stuff. The tea is hot today. Courtney, are you ready to pour up that hot water and get into it?
Alex, you know I'm always ready, but I just noticed something, so it's time for us to pull out this little announcement. Now, normally we talk about the Kar Jenners for the OMT, but today we're talking about Cardi. So there may be some new viewers watching today. And if you're watching for the first time today and you don't know what this is the Morning Tea, the pop culture conversation with Alex Schiffman and Courtney Revolution. We will get to the Cardi B and Mariah Carey story. It's just going to be when the OMT time is later on in the show. So please sit back, buckle up your seatbelts, and enjoy the conversation. And please, T-Tribe, if you see any new members, help them out with the information because our moderators are MIA. Thank you. And girl, let's pour and get into some more.
Let's pour it up and get into this because we have so much to talk about. Cheers to Hump Day. Good.
Cheers to the hump. I'm about to buy me a candy.
All right. Well, we kick off the show with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry. Courtney and I handle all the trending tea for you. First up, we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion, who is the queen of the plastics in the latest promotional video for Coach. Rocking the fall 2021 collection, the Coach brand ambassador plays Regina George for a Mean Girl style segment within the fashion brand's video. The segment parodies the gossip scene from the 2004 classic, with various people describing all of the different things Megan is infamous for, including gouging someone's eye out with her long nails. The video also stars Jennifer Lopez, Michael B. Jordan, Kaya Gerber, KJ Apa, and Cole Sprouse for more throwback moments independent of Megan's scene. So what did you think of the video, Courtney and T-Tribe? And more importantly, do you think Megan made a better Regina George than Ariana Grande did in her video Thank You Next?
I'm not going to compare Megan Thee Stallion and Ariana Grande.
Exactly.
No. But I thought that this was cool. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like, in my opinion, Mean Girls is played out. Shout out to it. I think it's an excellent film. Lindsay Lohan is an icon, but I think the theming of it is kind of boring at this point. But Stallion is in the gig. She does an excellent job. I think that she really embodied that Regina George spirit. She's gorgeous. I love seeing her do things that don't involve music because I feel like she is going to have a diverse career. She's great at rapping, but I also think that Megan could have a long acting career as well. Come on, Megan Thee Stallion.
I thought it was an interesting choice for Coach to do Mean Girls. Of course, you know, there's no secret. We cannot deny that Mean Girls has lasted the length of time it has, for a good reason, because of course the movie is iconic and it's really kind of made its way throughout pop culture in every kind of facet. So that's cool. I do agree with you that at this point, that whole narrative is kind of played out. And of course, Ariana brought it back at a good time with Thank You Next, and that was cool. But now it's like, we've seen this, we've been here before. But I agree with you. Megan does do a great job. She looks beautiful. It was a cool idea, but at this point, I would have liked to see another movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have others. You know, we have Clueless, we have Jawbreaker, Breakfast at Tiffany. We have other iconic concepts that we could have gone with. Mean Girls isn't the only one, but shout out to it. How interesting would it have been to have seen Megan do something like that with Coach, and it was like The Craft, something completely away from Halloween time, and it just was like real spooky. And I don't know, I like kind of like the different stuff. Girl, don't put me in no boardroom. I'll be flipping these brands, girl.
Exactly. All right, well, listen to this next news, because the infamous Amazon leggings of TikTok viral fame have been blowing up the internet for a while now, and we have another celebrity getting ready to endorse. Chloe Bailey sat down with 17 magazine earlier this week to talk about an as-of-yet secret project she's getting ready to release with her sister Hallie, but also spilled about the trend that is taking the internet by storm. Chloe had posted a pic to her Instagram of a similar full-body version of the leggings, but admitted that what she had posed in was a dupe she picked up in downtown LA. Chloe did admit that she wanted to try the famous legwear on, and who inspired her to do so. She said this, quote, "I'm going to get some Amazon leggings because they look good. I saw some on Jordan Woods and they were hot. I think it'll be fun to do a TikTok challenge together with Sis and I, like duet it, you know? We have a lot of great, really cool stuff coming out from our album, Ungodly Hour, and we're going out with a bang. So maybe something with a new song from that, maybe we could do a challenge." So what do you think of Chloe and Hallie giving their own twist to the TikTok challenge, and what do you think about those leggings?
Honestly, I'm more interested in seeing what other surprises Chloe and Hallie have from the album. I think that they're great. We know that the Ungodly Hour music video is on its way, which is my favorite song off that album. So I'm very excited. And I can only hope that these ladies are serving great fashions, Amazon leggings or not. I also want to shout out Amanda. Amanda's here giving us the thumbs up, reminding all of the members of the T Tribe to like this video if you're watching, whether you're watching live or you're after sipping, give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends so that they can join the T Tribe. Bam!
Yes, and also shout out to Brandy, who's asking if I ever got my package. I think you're referring to the Shambog package, and no, I have not. So
it's not even Friday.
It's been a long time looking for that package. And then shout out to Karina, who's saying, "I've seen those leggings in person and now I need some." Good morning, Karina. Great to see you hanging out with us again. Listen, I haven't seen them in person, but girls are looking good in them in the challenge, so I may need to get myself a pair. Are you going to get a pair, Courtney?
Alex, I am not. When I tell y'all I am so tired of hearing about these leggings, I am asleep. But you know what? If it's going to make people feel confident and empowered, more power to you. And shout out to the person that's actually selling the leggings, because I'm sure they made a fortune, girl. Could you imagine waking up and you check your Amazon account and there's got a couple commas in there, girl? I know the boys and girls of the world been buying that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, TikTok is powerful, and those challenges can make, a hit in music. They've made a few sales with these leggings. Don't sleep on it. But listen, someone who's going to need a lot of sleep very soon is Mandy Moore, who her and her husband, Taylor Goldsmith, have welcomed their first child into the world. Posting to her Instagram yesterday, Mandy revealed her newborn son to fans, friends, and family, along with some hopeful words about the future. Mandy said, quote, "Gus is here, our sweet boy, August Harrison Goldsmith. He was punctual and arrived right on his due date. Much to the delight of his parents, we were prepared to fall in love in all sorts of brand new ways. but it goes beyond anything we could have ever imagined, MNT. So Mandy and Taylor couldn't be happier, especially with the difficult pregnancy that the couple admitted Mandy had gone through. The couple announced the pregnancy back in September, but Mandy was very open about her difficult first trimester and past fertility struggles. So this has not been an easy road for the couple. Everything worked out in the end, though, even with a last-minute scare related to Mandy's platelet levels in early February. And little Gus was born happy and healthy. So that's beautiful news. Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you make of this news?
Congratulations to Mandy Moore. We know how difficult it can be for women to have babies, and I'm just glad that her blessing arrived safely. Especially we're in the midst of the situation that we're in with the panty, and every moment, every sanitization action, all of it counts. So congrats to Mandy Moore, and more healthy moments ahead, and rest.
Yeah.
Go sleep.
Yeah, I think that it's very admirable of Mandy to kind of open up and share that it wasn't, easy for her to get pregnant and kind of the struggle she went through. I think a lot of women would appreciate that and can relate to that. So that's awesome. And to end with this happy kind of introduction of a healthy baby is great. And I'm so excited for her. But moving on to some other exciting news, some new music news as we head into our new music spotlight. Taylor Swift is breaking country music records again. This week, Taylor's re-recording of her hit single Love Story debuted at the top of the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. It has now joined Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You as the only songs to ever hit #1 on the chart as both an original song and as a re-recording by the same artist. Taylor released a statement saying, quote, "This is my first time having a #1 debut on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, and I'm so grateful to the fans for making this a possibility. They're the ones who emboldened me to reclaim my music, and they really showed up this week and to see it through. It blows me away that they've sent a song to #1 that it had its first life over a decade ago. I couldn't be happier that it's happened now and in this way." Now, we still have a lot more Taylor to go through as she continues to re-record her old records. So this may be only the first of many chart toppers that we see from her. What do you think of Taylor tying Dolly Parton and having such a huge success with a re-recording of her own song?
I think this is great. This is fantastic. I love Story. Baby, just say yes, and we did. Right to #1, girl. It's crazy. A lot of people still don't think that Taylor Swift is a legend, and to me, she is, and the numbers don't lie. If people weren't streaming, buying, etc., we wouldn't have her debuting at #1. And I don't think that this will be the last time. I just don't think so. I think there's a lot ahead and a lot in store for Taylor Swift as we sort of get through these re-recordings. Also, Alex realized that my favorite Taylor Swift album won't be re-recorded for a minute. So that knocked me down a couple pegs when I realized last weekend. But you know what? Reputation, we will wait for you. And I just found my Reputation sweater pullover the other day. And Taylor, when you're ready to hit the dungeon, girl, I'll be there.
Yeah, I think that this is really, of course, exciting for Taylor, for Swifties, for anyone involved in this. I wonder if it's that much sweeter for her. Like, I wonder if she kind of gets the exact same feeling she did when, the album did so well, or I'm interested to kind of hear her perspective on if this means that much more to her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think that probably when she was younger, it probably just was a different experience. She probably just wanted to, she was probably, you're like green and you're fresh and you're like, I'm putting out music. And now it's like, maybe she felt like, in addition to reclaiming the music back, right? She felt like she had something to prove. And even whether we knew that or not, we still lifted her up. Because girl, when I tell you, that's the me hitting replay on Love Story. Right. So she deserves this. Yeah.
And then, of course, her tying Dolly Parton, such an icon, and then I Will Always Love You, which a lot of people don't realize that was written by Dolly Parton. Then, of course, Whitney Houston made it that much more of a hit. But that's really cool. You know, Love Story reached that level of success is awesome.
I'm sitting here, Alex, as we're about to move on, I'm sitting here thinking, what's going to be next? Like, which one of Taylor's singles will be next? I just don't think that Love Story going to be the last one to hit that number one. Girl, you want to try Our Song at some point, girl? Let us get Our Song, girl. Our Song, that was the first Taylor song I heard that was like, okay, who's this young lady? Now go ahead and re-release that, girl. That might be number one for 6 weeks. You never know. You never know, Alex.
That's right. Well, something else that might be number one for 6 weeks is this next news and this upcoming album that we're still anticipating, because quarantine has been a struggle for some people, but for Billie Eilish, it has been a well-deserved break. Speaking to Stephen Colbert on The Late Show last night, Billie opened up about her time during the pandemic, her upcoming album, and what fans can expect from her documentary, The World's a Little Blurry, which drops Friday on Apple Plus. At one point in the interview, Billie laughs at the experience she had filming the documentary, which she said was invasive but also fun. She said that after watching some of the footage with friends, she realized that she doesn't really change in front of the cameras. Billie also spoke about how she operates as both a person and as a pop star, giving insight into what has driven her and separated her from so many others who have struggled with success. So Billie said, quote, "I respond to opposite peer pressure. If friends of mine tried to get me to do something, it made me want to do the other thing. That's why I never did drugs and I never drank alcohol. I'm not going to do something because you want me to do it." So while we are still waiting for that album to come out, which Billie said she has pulled some tricks out for, which is exciting, fans can get their fix by tuning in to her documentary at the end of this week. So, Courtney and T-Tribe, what did you think of Billie's interview with Stephen Colbert, and do you relate to some of the stuff she had to say?
I want to say, firstly, shout out to Billie Eilish for having a backbone. I know some young people that are the exact opposite. You tell them to do something, girl, they're going to do it. Jump off this cliff, like Saweetie and Doja Cat in the Best Friend video, they going to jump, girl. They're going to jump first. So it's very interesting to see that someone with such a huge platform can't be easily swayed, because that leads me to believe that Billie probably has a lot of creative control over her work, which is great. And that's why she's such a strong brand to me. I think she's great. Shout out to her, Alex. I'm interested to see what's going to come out of the new music sonically. Is she going to give us more spooky ooky, or, you know, what else? What else you got? You already know what I want to hear from her. What is she going to actually give?
Right. I think we all are very excited to hear kind of the new tricks she has on the album and the sound she's going to bring. But I think that that's very relatable. I mean, Billie is private, which is why I think this documentary is that much more exciting for me, to get more of an insight into her life. But her saying she doesn't want to change in front of the cameras, I mean, that's very normal. I mean, to not want to be watched while you change, so that's not crazy. And I also love getting into some weird stuff. I also love that she is so strong, like you said, being so young and being able to separate herself from peer pressure and kind of rise above that. Very admirable, very cool. It's kind of what makes her different and makes her, you know, she's such an old soul at such a young age. And that's what I think is so cool about her. It's like, she's like, you know, 50 years old in my eyes, but she's only 18, you know? It's like, I just think she's like an old soul, and I think that's really great about her.
I think that Billie Eilish has legend potential. Like, I think that when we like 80, Billie's still gonna be, Billie will just be first announcing her, this is it, one of 7 final tours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see Billie being like, you know what, I'm done. I'm laying down my pen into the notebook, and then 5 years later, all right, I'm back with some more spooky ooky. Let's jump back into the basement. Like, you know what? Like, I see that from her. The longevity. I mean. So shout out to her. T-Tribe, you gonna watch this documentary?
Alina says, such a good influence. Ugh, love her. Karina says, good for you, Billie. Stand your ground. Amanda loves her as well. Evie, the goddess, is saying, good morning, T-Tribe. I love me some Billie. Liz stands Billie. Mr. Makeshift says, I'm excited for Bad Guy. Bury a friend. Therefore, I am too. So, aside for some upcoming stuff, Liz is going to watch, and I will as well, Liz. So we will talk about it later. But until then, let's move on to this next news because Dua Lipa spoke to Zane Lowe earlier this week and talked about how starstruck she was when she found out Gwen Stefani would be working on one of her songs. So, speaking about the verse Gwen brought to the Mark Ronson remix for Dua's song Physical, the young singer couldn't believe what was happening. Dua told Zayn, quote, "Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I sat by my phone and I was literally holding my face pretty much. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. I was just pacing around the room. Yeah, like I got it." So Dua also explained how her excitement was amplified by recording towards the beginning of quarantine. She said this, quote, "It was such an exciting period, especially because it was that period of lockdown and the whole project came together because of everyone being at home. But it just made lockdown so exciting. I was just dancing around the house, listening to songs that I guess I've known for so long that felt so new. So I was really just rediscovering the music in itself in a different way." So what do you think about Dua's excitement over working with someone she obviously idolized growing up? And that's really, really cool what she said. Now that I'm rereading that, just kind of like re-falling in love with your music, which I'm sure Taylor is also going through that as well right now.
Shout out to Dua Lipa and Gwen Stefani to an extent. I think the part that really stuck out for me is just the excitement surrounding working with someone that you love.
Right.
I'm sure, let me say this. I think it's fair to speculate that Dua might have felt like, oh, I can't get Gwen on this, but you just never know who's listening, who's watching, and who really is a supporter. And I'm sure that
Yeah.
when she heard that, her mind really was blown. So shout out to Dua on that. I'm interested to see who Dua will work with next. Very curious to see because I feel like she's very quickly risen to be like one of our pop girls, and I want to know what direction she'll go in because Ariana's going this way, we got Dua, Billy's going that way. Like, what is everyone gonna do? How will they stand out?
Yeah.
I think Dua stood out last year with her album, so I'm curious to see if the train will continue.
Yeah, it's such a cool moment to see Dua kind of be so excited to have Gwen be on the album. And I mean, that's part of who Gwen is as a judge on The Voice. She's looking for that next generation of talent. She loves doing that. And it's always really awesome to see, an artist that has been around for a minute kind of help out and support the younger generation. We've talked about this before. So I think Gwen is a fan of Dua and wanted to be a part of it. So that's cool and good for her.
Mm, good for her.
Well, some other good that is going around the world is this next event because Global Citizen is an international advocacy organization to better the planet across 5 categories, including ending the hunger crisis and protecting the environment. The group announced yesterday a new broadcast special to air in May with the likes of Priyanka Chopra, Billie Eilish, Coldplay, Hugh Jackman, Idris Elba, the Jonas Brothers, Miley Cyrus, Usher, and many others lending their talents to the event. The special is geared towards overcoming COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy, as well as urging governments around the world to equitably distribute the medicine. So Priyanka Chopra, an ambassador for Global Citizen, said in a statement, quote, "By using our voices to call on world leaders, corporations, and philanthropists to step up and take urgent action, and by supporting the recovery plan for the world, we can impact millions of lives for the better now, not later." So Global Citizen has done these entertainment specials before, last year raising over $1.5 billion in cash grants to help battle the pandemic. What do you think of this event, Courtney and T-Tribe, and do you think you'll tune in?
Um, Firstly, I think it is a very positive event. I think that we need to raise as much awareness about the vaccine and the pandemic, as many facts as possible. And what better way to get the information out than to use people that the public loves? So it was a very, very, very smart idea. Um, will I be tuning in? Probably not. But shout out to all of the celebrities that are involved. I'm over here thinking about Idris Elba. That's a very interesting choice. Y'all know Idris Elba made music. I heard this song, Alex, and it was called Boasty. You know how you be boasting, girl? When I went to look, it said Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Idris Elba, this is a banger. So this is a great decision. I want to go to an Idris Elba set. Like that's my goal now. To be honest, I meant to tell y'all that a while ago, but I'm glad that it came up in this.
Yeah, I think he was at Coachella, if I'm not mistaken. I think he performed at Coachella.
Alex, he's the one that's the set I'm trying to go to. Idris, we'll take our invite to our emails when the world is safe. You got your passport, Alex? We flying. We out.
That's right. Oh, we out. But until then, we're not out that soon because we're here at the gate and we have to. So, beep beep. Here are the keys. Let us into the Card Jenner gate so we can talk about our Card Jenner tea time. Take it away, Courtney.
If you guys are all set for all of the tea from behind the Card Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Card Jenner tea time. Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes. Okay. So we're kicking it off with some Travis Scott news because Travis is opening up about how fatherhood has affected his life. Speaking to director Robert Rodriguez for ID, Travis gushed over his daughter Stormy and how she has impacted his career. Travis said, quote, "Fatherhood influences my job. It's a major inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Especially Storm. She's just acting like a kid. She's always interested. She catches on and learns things and adapts to things so fast. Stormy's generation is way different from mine, and she's way different from my younger brother and sister. Kids show you a different outlook on life, how they view things, the type of pressures they have, and what makes them happy, what makes them move." So Travis also shared that since becoming a dad, he has learned to not live for himself anymore. Travis rarely speaks out about his relationship with Stormy, and while they do appear to have a very happy relationship online, it's nice to hear him talk about his daughter. So what do you think of Travis's comments, Courtney and T-Tribe, and kind of, his reaction to seeing Stormy grow up?
Alex, to be truthful, I think every time we've spoken in general about Travis Scott saying something, it's always generally positive, and it always makes me like him a lot more. Before this job, I was like not a Travis Scott fan in the way that I just wasn't like listening to his music or like consuming him as a brand. But with him and Kylie and how they parent Stormy from the outside looking in, it always seems to be like a positive experience. I like him as a boyfriend to Kylie. I like him as a father to Stormy. It always just seems to be positivity with him, which you might not get or feel or see just listening to a song or just watching a music video. And I think that is almost kind of like a treat, a delight about Travis Scott, is that he seems very down to earth and a good father.
Yeah, I agree. I think he has a very soft side of him that we don't necessarily see in his music or his performing. He obviously loves Stormy very much. And then with him and Kylie's co-parenting relationship or whatever is going on there is doing well. And so I think that this is, beautiful. And I do think that a lot of I know we are not parents, but a lot of parents can relate, and Mom Tribe, chime into this, that your life changes when you have a child and your perspective on everything changes and your inspiration, your motivation, everything is different. So I think it's really cool to see him kind of open up about that.
Shout out to parents, right? Because where would we be, Alex, without our parents and guardians that have taken care of us, gotten us to where we are today in the good chairs? Bam! Shout out to them.
Exactly. All right. Well, moving on to parents. Now we're getting into North's, Chicago's, Psalm's parents right now because Kim Kardashian is not even fully divorced yet, and she already has men clamoring after her In a video posted to Instagram earlier this week, Succession star Nicholas Braun, any Succession fans out there, decided to shoot his shot at the mother of four. With a dry sense of humor, Nicholas bemoans how awful the entire situation is for Kim and how he wishes that she is able to find love again. He conveniently lists some of the qualities that she may like to see in this hypothetical man, such as being able to make her laugh or being much taller than her. He is reportedly 6'7" tall. Maybe even someone who would make an Instagram video asking her out because he doesn't know anyone that knows her. So many fans on social media thought the video was hilarious, but Kim has yet to respond. What do you think of this, Courtney and T-Tribe? And do you think Nick has a shot?
Alex, you should already know what I'm about to say. Who is that man? I ain't never seen that man in my Who is that? Leo, real quick, who is that? Can you put that back up? Who is this?
That is his, like, I'm on the couch selfie video. He doesn't look his best. If you saw, like, a full picture of him, maybe Leo can grab us one when we get through this story. But he is a star of Succession, hit HBO show, funny guy. This is the outfit he chose to woo her in.
The turtleneck.
A turtleneck.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Does he have a shot?
Alex Schiffman, I'm going to be delicate, but I'm going to be honest. I would say that if he were making a free throw on the basketball court, he would miss that shot, unfortunately. But something I didn't think about off the bat was, wow, who is Kim going to date next? You know what I mean? Firstly, I think that she needs a break. Yeah, thank you, Leah. Let's get a better look at him. Mm-hmm.
We're going to dive into here. Ooh.
Oh. Do y'all like him? Alex, I don't think he's the one. I like his fashion. Okay, he got a little suit on. That's dapper. That's giving us a little Gossip Girl, a little Dan Humphrey.
Yeah. He plays the piano. He's a musician.
This is Nicholas Braun, y'all. Do y'all think that Nicholas Braun has a shot with the Kim Kardashian? I would say no, respectfully. Is there someone that y'all would like to see Kim date when the time is right?
Yeah, I think, of course, this is way too soon for someone to be shooting the shot. I think he did this as, a comedic thing. I don't think he's seriously asking Kim Kardashian out. He's funny. You obviously see him there. So definitely cute, definitely too soon. I don't think Kim's mind is even there at all, or she's even wrapped her head around that. She's obviously going through a lot until then. But it does make a good point, Courtney. T-Tribe, let us know in the chat, who would you like to see Kim with eventually? If that's, I know. It's hard to think about.
No rappers, no musicians, no athletes.
No. Yes.
I also kind of want, Mom Tribe, women, and men, do we feel that is now the time for Kim to sort of mature her brand, and that includes the person that she dates? Does she need to find someone that's not so much trying to be part of the brand so much as just a partner? Like, I felt, to me, from the outside looking in, that Kanye was an asset to the brand. He pushed the Kar Jenner brand to the next level, period. I don't think that going forward, Kim should have someone like that. I want her to have someone that's maybe selling a house in the hills somewhere, like Ariana, like how Ariana's Dalton, right? Someone just is there. Someone to hold Kim at night. We don't need him going to the studio, or we just need him saying, all right, I'm going to go sell this home real quick and bring back $40 million. And okay. And that's it. Would y'all disagree? Yeah.
Well, Freaky Walrus is saying lawyers and business moguls only for Kim. Agreeing with you. Universe Unicorn is saying, yes, Kim needs someone matured. Listen, I agree with you. But I don't think that's Kim's vibe. I think Kim likes someone in the spotlight that she could be that power couple with. It may not be best for her, because everyone's kind of fighting for the limelight. But I think that's what she's attracted to. So I don't necessarily see her with someone like that, but I do think it would be a good match.
Yeah. Someone that live in like Alice at all. I don't want how about this? How about you marry someone and we don't even know him, girl, for like 10 years? Could you imagine that, Alex, if Kim had a secret husband? Ooh, Kim, do that. And we don't and we catch y'all 7 years later, like how we caught Kylie at the studio with Tiger. Remember that, girl? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking. It'll be interesting. Well, we'll
That's a
stay
show.
tuned. That is a show. But until then, we still have to kind of get through this divorce and this difficult time for the family. So listen to this next news because, of course, Kim and Kanye's divorce has dominated the news cycle ever since Kim filed last week. But not everyone is necessarily in the know when it comes to what's happening with the couple's relationship. But a source close to the Kardashians spoke to Hollywood Life about how Kim and Kanye have broken the news to their children, saying that for the moment, North is the only one who has been talked to about the divorce. The source revealed, quote, "The younger kids don't know what's happening, but North does know what's going on. Kim sat her down alone to tell her, but not the younger ones. Kim and Kanye's been living like this for so long. The last year has been exactly like this, where they've been living separate lives, both physically and emotionally. So whether there has been paperwork or not, they have not been living in a conventional marital situation." So this is a topic that will eventually have to be addressed with the other younger children. But for now, North is the only one who has been spoken to. So, which makes sense as she is the oldest and the only one that can kind of grasp what divorce may mean. What do you think of Kim's decision to just tell North instead of the rest of the children?
I think it was a mature decision because, like you said, Alex, North is the oldest and probably able to understand what is going on. But I think that the quote definitely provides information that I guess I didn't realize was, remember when we were like, oh, we didn't realize that Kim and Kanye weren't officially getting divorced.
Yeah.
It's they've been living separate lives both physically and emotionally for like the past year, right? So I mean, of course we thought they were really divorced. Sad situation for the kids, but I think that Kim is handling it in the right way so far. I'm sure that there were a lot of questions, and I hope that there can come a point where Kim and Kanye can both sit down as a family with the children and sort of explain it in a way that they can understand.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is not an easy conversation to have, especially with children. It's their father and their mother splitting up, and, it's not something to take lightly, and I'm sure it was very difficult for her. I will say that, Kim also went through this as a child. I mean, she was older, but still maybe that helped the conversation or kind of direct the conversation, saying, I went through this too, to kind of help North feel better about the situation. But there's no right or wrong way to do it, but I do think it came to the point where Kim had to have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, if North can read, and North got an iPad in that house, which there is no doubt in my mind that she do, more than one.
Right.
Anybody could just, what if she just Googled her own name? You know that's coming up. So I'm glad that Kim got in front of it. It's way better to plan to explain something like that versus Kim putting some plates in the dishwasher and all of a sudden North walks up like, hey girl, you saw this? And hands her the iPad, Good job. You always want to get in front of stuff like that, Alex. You look crazy if you don't. Omelette du fromage all over your face.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we wish the best to the family because I know that that's not easy, and it probably wasn't easy for Kim to kind of go through that conversation. But sad, just very sad. All right, well, let's get into our OMT story of the day. We're talking about Cardi B, who sat down with Mariah Carey for the cover of Interview magazine this week and opened up about her struggles with body positivity. Talking to Mariah about her childhood and growing up, Cardi explained that she was bullied growing up for the way she looked and that she went through much of high school with a very low opinion of herself. When she was able to make enough money to do something about it, she found that plastic surgery really helped her get past some of the issues that were blocking her from moving forward in life. So Cardi said, quote, "I feel so vindicated. Even when I was 18 and became a dancer, I had enough money to afford to buy boobs. So every insecurity that I felt about my breasts was gone. When I was 20, I went to the urban strip club, and in the urban strip clubs, you have to have a big butt. So I felt insecure about that. It took me back to high school, so I got my ass done, and then I felt super confident." So Mariah said that she completely understood the insecurities that Cardi was talking about and that she could definitely relate. Cardi and Mariah talk at length about a number of topics, but one of the key things many fans are talking about is when Mariah suggested that the artists collaborate on a song together. Cardi couldn't be more excited to do so, and neither could her fans. So what do you think of the interview between Cardi and Mariah, and are you excited that there's a possible collab in the works?
I really want to take this time, Alex, and I'm sure that this will come as a surprise to literally nobody. But I want to say shout out to all of our dancers, both exotic and not, because I feel like there's a huge negative connotation with being an exotic dancer. And I feel like if you have to make money and it's legal, make your money. I feel like we have a platform, and I really wanted to make sure that I drove that point home because I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And you know what? Switching gears, it was rumored, Alex, that Beyonce was supposed to be on Cardi's first record. So it would make sense if another legend type would be on her second album. I think that there was a big message about how we view our bodies in the interview. And I think that there are always two paths that people can take. You can just love yourself for who you are, or if you have the means to do so, you go on ahead and you nip and tuck and pluck and do what you need to do to make yourself feel confident. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, like my mom always says, as long as you're not hurting anybody else and it's legal, go ahead and do your thing. Especially with all of the criticisms that the media and people even not in the media place on women and their bodies. Do whatever you're going to do that's going to make you feel like when you get up in the morning, I'm a baddie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great point. I also want to talk about this collab or possible collab. What do you think a Mariah and a Cardi collab would sound like?
I have no idea sonically what that could sound like. But I know that whatever it does sound like, Mariah is going to sound great. And hopefully she has a whistle note at the end. Shout out to Mariah. She's very, very, very talented. And I mean, Mariah has worked with rappers in the past before, so it definitely can work. I think it's more of an idea of subject of the song. Is it going to be like a sexy, sloppy, whoppy kind of moment? Or is it going to be... Is Cardi going to use Mariah to channel that sensitive side that the public is looking for from her?
I think that's where it's going. That's a good point. I think, she's been very vocal that it's very hard for her to open up, talk about love, and bring that sensitive side out, even though people surrounding her have wanted her to kind of release more of that music. So maybe Mariah can help her do it. I mean, I don't see Mariah doing a walk. I just don't see it. It's not necessarily part of her brand. Even though she's done, R&B type music and all of that, I just don't see what coming from Mariah. But
we're not going to get the secret cameo from Mariah opening the door like Kylie in the WAP video.
I just don't see it. But I do see more kind of a love. Still Cardi vibes, but more of a love collaboration, talking about love.
I agree, and that's what makes sense. Like a summertime Mariah, good vocal pop bop, and Cardi comes in on the rap verse part. That's what makes sense. Something for the streets, something for the summertime.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, Tiny Media says can't be mad at it. Good for them. Freaky Walrus says I guess I could see Mariah on a Be Careful type Cardi B song. Great point.
I think Mariah likes that song. That was the favorite song off of Cardi's album by Mariah. So that makes sense, Freaky Walrus. Absolutely.
Karina says, I'm ready for something new for Mariah. And then Cardi B, it's going to be jazzy. Ooh, okay. All right. So people are. What are you laughing about?
I love the use of the word jazzy because my mom says that. So my mom's like, oh, yeah, that's jazzy, Court. So that's what I remind you of. Jazzy.
All right. Well, on that note, that is all the tea we have to spill today. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow for Thick Thursday. You know that celebrity tea is always thick on Thursday. Lot to talk about, so make sure you join us. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. We love to read them. And Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you want more of me after the tea, all you have to do is follow me on social media. I've got Twitter, Instagram, my own YouTube channel, TikTok, a podcast, all of it. Take my name right there, type it up top, it all comes up. And where can they find you, Chef Man?
You can find me on all social media platforms as well, just like that, my name. And also, T-Tribe, don't forget, if you screenshot us, tag us, we'll reshare you, show the support. We always want to keep the conversation going. And we'll see you tomorrow. So take us away, Courtney.
You got it, girl. Hang on, let me back up. Beep, beep, beep. Alrighty, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's in, man. You better wash your hands, miss man. Wash your hands.